Welcome to the show on a Tuesday. It is a game day for the Calgary Flames as they are on the road, kicking off this little road trip.
It's not a little road trip.
Barn burner on a Tuesday.
It's the mini gauntlet.
You think
Huskers
barn
nightmare.
burner on a Tuesday?
Well,
do you think?
people are thinking.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what they're saying in Washington. Is it Flames on a Tuesday? Are they excited for it? I'm not sure. Not sure how it feels, but
I would think that the Caps folks are very excited to go to the rink and watch Ovechkin chase it down.
Every day's a Saturday in Washington right now.
yeah, they don't really give a bleep who's on the other side.
It's all just victims ready to lay down against Ovi.
Pretty much against Ovi, against Logan Thompson, against Dylan Strome, Alexei Protas. I mean,
He was the one that I think single-handedly sent Tyson Berry to the American League with that highlight reel. Wise Tyson's feet in cement, and this guy's he's huge and he's quick
and good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
This team is very good. They are not full of stars. They are just all very good.
This show is brought to you by Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. Get an account open with Bet365 if you haven't opened yet. Do the promo nation. Download the app. Get in there. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And during the course of this show, audio permitting, we will have a super chat inside the YouTube chat. If you have a comment, and then saddle that bad boy up with a bit of a cash donation, we'll take the cash, pass it over to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and then we will put your comment on the show. Flames game day. The 38-win Caps against the 27-win Flames. I went through just the Caps are the toast of the league.
It's wild how good they are at almost everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
First in goals per game.
Really?
Third in goals against per game. That's going to get you a record of 38, 11, and 8.
Deadly combo.
It's a nice,
pretty good.
Yeah, if you could set your team up, those would be real high on your list of let's do this.
Let's score a bunch and give up very little.
Usually you think one would come at the expense of the other, but man, you can do both.
Yeah.
It's a recipe for success, I'd say.
Yeah. They are first in the league.
Well, and I've always been a Washington fan.
You have been. Yeah.
Big Caps guy.
Yep.
Yeah. There have been some guys.
Eagles fly.
That French restaurant.
Vive la France.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Chateau Bow Wow. Yum, yum.
They're a point back of the Jets with a game in hand for first overall, meaning they are indeed first by points percentage. It is wild how good they've been. And in terms of the next team in the East, just a comfortable 13 points.
13.
Yeah. Hard not to talk about them. I know we got give the Flames their flowers here today, but Caps are really good. And they have a guy who's close to being the greatest goal scorer of all time.
Yeah, I think he is, and it's only a matter of time until he cements that record. Like, it's probably this. I think he's on pace for April 4. He's scoring at like a 40-goal rate this year as a 39-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's insane.
It's awesome. Guys, should we bother watching? I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
Who's on Afterburner
would
tonight?
Ovechkin.
Are you on
Logan
Afterburner?
Thompson? There's some great players out there.
Well, and you're doing
If you're
Afterburner?
only watching for wins, then I can't promise you anything.
That's
but if you're watching for entertainment,
it'd be boring if you just won all of them.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's going to win.
Although in Washington, they say that's not the case. That winning all the time is actually quite fun. The Capitals, since New Year's Eve. What did you do New Year's Eve?
Oh, I got.
Do you remember, Jack? What were you doing? Like, that was a long time ago.
Setting off fireworks on a lake.
It's February 25th today as we record this show. Well, anyway, since then, the Capitals have one regulation loss.
What's that?
Pardon me? What?
One.
Can you say it in French, though?
Juste un parfait pour le trois.
Oh, baby.
Since New Year's Eve, one regulation loss. It's 21 games.
They're due.
It's true.
For another win or
for a big,
which one?
They're due.
Due to what?
It's crazy even to look at on paper.
That is.
To look at, because in the game sheet, there or in the game notes, they have
2 weeks off.
WWOOWWWOW. It's like, are there any friggin' L's in here? Where is
2 weeks off?
14, 1, and 6. And they're also very good at home.
14.
Oh, look, why don't you brag a little?
If you would have told me at the start of the season that there was going to be a team that's going to have this kind of a run. Now here's the 32 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Choose one.
Start with who you think is most likely and work your way down. I don't know where I would have gotten the Capitals in there.
You'd have 20 teams before them.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Because they were the frauds of last year. Remember, they got in with that like minus 40 goal differential, minus 35. It was like just goaltending, a weak bottom end of the Eastern Conference, getting outshot, winning games they had no business winning. And then they made a lot of bets this offseason that you weren't sure were going to work. Dubois, Mangiapane, Chikrin, Matt Roy in free agency. They've gone to the discount secondhand store and done really well. Sometimes that piece of clothing's got holes all over it, but they found winners in almost all their offseason transactions.
I can't decide if I like your hat or I think it's just disgusting.
Speaking of secondhand, it is really it's both. You can like it and it can be disgusting.
You know what it is?
There's a reason you wear it.
You don't mind the hat. It's the guy wearing it that really gets you.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Why does he have to have that hat? Remember that the Campbell Clarence Conference All-Star hat?
Campbell Clarence, great guy.
Campbell Conference.
I don't.
I'll bring it back. You'll remember it. You loved that hat.
So to that point, predicting that the Caps were going to be doing this, last season, they had a minus 37
there it is.
Goal differential. Minus 37. This year, plus 65.
Oh.
Turn it around, eh? Logan Thompson, another guy.
That's 100 goal differential.
Turn that thing around. This season, in 57 games, the Capitals have scored 211 goals. They scored 216 all year.
So they could pass that tonight.
You're confusing me.
They're 5 away from matching their entire goal total from last season.
So tonight,
through 58 games.
Disco Dan Vladar starts showing his name bar on TV. They're going to break this. They're going to pass last year.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel really good about the Caps. Let's go put some money on the Flames.
Yes.
Because anytime we think we know what's going on.
Yeah.
Damn.
In their last 7 games, 4 or more goals in all.
4? They can score 4?
One of them was a shootout. All right.
Yeah.
But it's 4 or more. They're a gravy train on biscuit wheels.
Delicious.
They're loving life.
And again, how many of their players could an average hockey fan name? Like, you know, Ovi, and then it's like who?
You know, maybe you get John Carlson.
Okay, that's 2. And then you're like, we're stuck.
Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson.
There's Wilson 3. Wilson's actually out right now. No.
Just like Brian Wilson did.
Never gets old.
McMichael is a stretch.
No. Dubois, you probably forgot he was there. Strome's the number 1 center. Nobody knows anything.
Yeah. No.
Protus, you haven't heard of.
What about Martin Fahevery?
Nope.
Or however you say
Ferveri? Nope.
I mean, and they'll take all of it. Oh, so you don't know who we are and you can't pronounce our names, and yeah, we're a bunch of all right. Sounds
There's 4.
What time's the game? 5 o'clock your time. See you then. Bring a puck, because there's going to be one on the ice. It's going to be ours most of the night. You'll want one to play with yourselves.
Yeah. And 2 right catch goalies, the weirdos.
It is, yeah.
Ducks.
Yeah.
Lindgren and Thompson.
Good old Logan Thompson, eh?
What a stud. Good for him. Brock University to like Vezina votes.
Yeah.
That is.
I was looking at his.
There's lots of rags to riches stories.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I was looking at his season. It's like win-win, overtime. Okay, so you got to go a long way back to find a regulation loss. And then it's like, okay, hang on. Well, he's only got 2 of them all season. So, yeah, you're going to have a hard time finding them.
Spread them out.
2.
25, 2, and 5.
And he's starting tonight.
I mean, and this, let's be honest, this is not a first-round draft pick that it took a while for him to evolve. He was not drafted.
This is goalies, man.
Vegas grabbed him, played him, even while he was playing well for them. It's Vegas, though. They're a good team. Is he any good? We don't know.
You got Aiden Hill for a 4th rounder the year they won the cup. Goalies.
Yeah. Calgary guy.
Beauty.
If anybody should have known, maybe we should have given him some respect, but I don't know if we did. But he's going tonight. And it sounds like the Flames are going to be going with Dan Vladar in net.
He was in the starter's net, so that means he's going, unless they're doing the massive
subterfuge.
They really don't, though.
They don't.
Yeah.
So he's in tonight.
It's not a lot of.
And it's late out there.
It was odd because the last game that Vladar played, he was quite good. And then they had a back-to-back. They had 3 down the stretch heading into the break, and they used Wolf for all of them. And Wolf had lost 3 of them. So I'm sure Vladar is like, hey, guys, what do I have to do over here? My last couple starts have been good. Let me back in there.
Is this the coach going, well, we might as well play him because
it's the top team in the league?
It could be.
You've got 6 games. You've got 1 back-to-back. You probably can't do more than 4 Wolf starts on the roadie. Although they have been riding them pretty hard.
But there is that, I don't know what you call it, unconventional wisdom that you need your best against the very best. Well, let's start our backup. There's a good chance we're probably not going to win anyway. So save our better shot, our better goalie for a more winnable game. I don't know. Is that Tampa Bay?
I think that's, well, I mean, look, Washington's in first.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's the philosophy, story checks out.
Is that a good philosophy though, if you're the coach, because you are in a playoff?
It's worked for them this year. They've kind of done that. They've given Vladar the tougher of matchups at times.
I don't think it's worked at all. Look at Vladar's numbers. It's not great.
Right. But my point is that those are the teams you're most likely to lose to anyway. And so then you get Wolf against lesser opponents.
Sounds cheeky. Chintzy.
Yeah.
And again, it's not black and white. They haven't had one philosophy they subscribe to the whole year, but there's been times where it's like 2 games in a couple nights. Like, oh, that's the better. Oh, they're putting Vladar in. Interesting.
So Vladar was over here doing this.
There you are, bud. Come on. Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's the.
You really want it? Here it is.
Yeah. Here's Ovi. Go get him.
Yeah. Here's the highest scoring team. In the
my
league.
hand went down after Sunday.
I was kind of looking more at that Flyer game coming up.
San Jose, all in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure that there's many games. Who knows how it goes, but maybe Dan is well rested and pulls one out of his hoop tonight. The Capitals they just have not had off nights.
It doesn't look like it. You can win any game on any given night in the NHL schedule, but it's certainly with the numbers you've laid out before us.
It really is, because even good teams have bad nights, that sort of thing. This team, not only on paper, however you want to shape, do they maybe would surprise you to be this team. It's rare that any good team has this few speed wobbles.
Yeah.
There's no losing streaks. They don't lose back to back hardly at all.
Tell me they're coming off a loss.
No, they shit pumped the Oilers. I mean,
right.
It was.
Oh, we had a hat trick. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a pretty amazing story. I don't know, because you talk about Spencer Carberry. He was their coach last year, correct?
Yeah.
He was on this team.
They were oh my God, how'd they get in? They had no business getting in. They got in.
Crushed Jack's
but that felt lucky. And it was. You're not going to be scored on 37 more times than you score and get in the playoffs almost ever. But credit to them. They got Charlie Lindgren hot. GM did a great job, and he's a landslide. Like you probably have to put down $10K to win $10 on him for Coach of the Year. It's already over.
Yeah,
it's there. Like, it's done.
Chemistry.
Well, I think it's chemistry. I think it's coaching, but it's also, you hate to say luck, but they took swings at a few guys like Chikrin.
Dude, all their guys are swings. Like, which of these guys were locks to be good?
Yeah. Even Ovechkin,
Roy, Thompson, all these guys were just like, yeah, that could work, I guess. They've all worked brilliantly.
Yeah, they haven't been okay.
No, like Mangiapane's rock solid. We didn't think they could get anything with this guy last year. Look at this lineup. There are no stars here except for Ovechkin.
Lars Eller.
So when you look at
look at these guys.
Is there any piece of this then? There's only one Ovechkin, and he's having another great season. We'll talk about him, obviously. But if you're wearing your Flames goggles, it's okay. So how do we emulate this? How do we find a way with our goaltending, our D, for the most part? We can tinker in the offseason but how do we do what they're doing?
Draft and develop. McMichael and Protus, the young Hudson kid coming up.
Tom Wilson.
But I mean, on this roster today,
Yeah.
what is here that the Flames absolutely don't have or cannot envision? Is Zary, is he a McMichael? Kadri, who would you have? Like Kadri, Dubois?
You didn't have Dubois because he's about 10 years younger. Well, not that many, but you know.
But today, you're getting about the same production. You're probably getting more.
One can defend, but yeah. No, I think it's a group that the sum is greater than the individual parts. There's no question about it.
Can we see the decor though?
And the decor is really good.
Like that, you know what I mean?
You know what happened to Jacob Chikrin? He was on the trade block for 3 years and everyone picked him apart. And all he is a really solid defenseman that's going to score 20 goals.
So now that you see it, how good are you? It's not blowing you away, though.
It's not blowing me away.
These are all buy low opportunities. Rasmus Sandin fell out of favor in Toronto. They picked him at the deadline when there was too many bodies around Toronto. You know,
and he's okay.
He's fine. He's great. He's a first rounder. He was the pick, I think, after Valimaki.
Which is why. But goaltending.
Yeah, goaltending big time. It's all of it, guys.
Yeah.
Depth, coaching, great GM.
But I guess all I'm saying is when you look at some teams, you see why they're good. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, you've got Nathan McKinnon. And you've got, Bakari.
You picked in the top 5
3
times.
Very good players. That's not this team. This is a group that has something. It's a belief. They're buying into their coach. Their coach has the right message. They are obviously the goaltending is responding to whatever's being done in front of him, and they're the best team points percentage wise in the league.
If you want to really zoom out a bit, you can't say it's this one thing. What you could say is it's a very well-run organization. It's a long-standing guy in the GM chair that knows what he's doing. They went and hired coaches that I don't think people were talking about at the time. I think Spencer Carberry was an assistant on the Leafs bench. The former coach of the Wranglers that had that incredible year, Mitch Love, he's an assistant there. The GM's made great bets. They've found good goaltending. I mean, you probably just look and say, that's just a really well-run organization.
I don't know that we would have said that even.
No, this year was the first time we started saying it.
Let's not kid ourselves. Logan Thompson is the reason. Because go to league average goaltending.
Well, Lindgren's been awesome too, though. Like, I agree, but
25, 2, and 5.
Awesome.
It's not awesome. He's
going to get Vezina votes. Yeah.
Like 25, but 2, and 5.
But they're what did I say? Second in overall scoring, goals for.
That's right. Like how?
So
how is that team goals per game top 3?
All I was going to say is, as we talk about Brian McClellan, we were wondering what the hell are they thinking when they gave up a second rounder for Mangiapane?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what are the Capitals doing. We thought they were smoke and mirrors when they got in. You talked about it. We can sit here today and be like, hey, they're a great, well run. I don't know how many people were saying that even a year ago. Right now, they looked old. It's like, what if you're the Caps? What do? You got Ovi, who's old now. Nick Backstrom can't play
because you have to. Yeah.
John Carlson's 35 years old.
They lost their top 2 centers a couple of years ago because Backstrom just hurt and olded himself out of the league, and they let Kuznetsov, the crazy Russian, go back to the K.
Right,
and that felt like the end for their competitive window. But they continue to hit in the draft. They continue to do well in free agency and trade. It's impressive. Sneaky good GM.
It's worked this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's only been however many games.
So are you trying to say, why don't the Flames produce like the...
No, I just look at it. And my point is, you look at you look at some teams, they have first overall picks. And I get Ovechkin, right? He's a bit of an outlier, and it's not like he's not contributing to this success, but that's not wow, you'd give up your left leg to go and get
those guys,
Connor McMichael, or man, how do you get a guy like?
But is that us? Not, and I don't disagree with
and
that.
it's flat out ignorant.
Yes,
right.
McMichael's probably a Zary plus, right?
Yeah,
he can play center, and he's points per game are probably a touch better. We really like Zary around here, but I bet you outside of Calgary, not a lot of people know much about Connor Zary, and I think they were the similar draft class, if not the same draft class, if I recall.
So we'll see how this goes tonight. The Flames are looking to win back-to-back games for the first time in a while. Mid-January, late January is when they put back-to-back wins together.
I think they were 1-5-2 heading into the Four Nations break. They get the win over San Jose on Sunday. This is a much better team than San Jose. In fact, the San Jose team is one of the easiest to score on the league. This is the hardest. You're saying that? The hardest team to score on? Or third hardest?
It's up there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're good goalies in. Their best goalie.
Yeah.
So, like you said,
And somebody had the balls to go get Pierre-Luc Dubois. That looked like a disaster. That was a grenade nobody wanted.
yeah, you could have picked him up here.
Oh my God. Anyone could have had him. And this is where I bring it back to like Elias Pettersson. It's not the same, but there are a lot of similarities. Nobody wants Pettersson right now. Nobody wanted Pierre-Luc Dubois last year this time.
And the thing with Dubois is not only, I mean, we've seen him play at a high level and he can get points, but his game has fallen way off, and guys don't like him.
Yeah.
And his give a shit meter's broke.
Bad room, bad attitude, bad effort.
Like, we've heard all of that about Pettersson.
Yes.
Except I don't know if guys don't like him.
I think they're probably frustrated with his play.
But it was clear that this guy was disliked in the room.
Yeah, it
in
wasn't a fit.
Dubois.
Yeah.
So go get him.
Wow. And again, if you could go get Elias Pettersson for a goalie that's not a star, but just a guy,
and is making too much money on your roster
and is already passed by a younger kid, yeah, sure. Like if you trade Vladar for Pettersson, go get it. But that's not on the table.
Yeah, so that trade has been dynamite for, and you said it yesterday about Dubois. You're not putting the full seal of approval. There's time left, but to this point, it's definitely worked out.
And it was a crucial bounce back given how rough it had been the year and a half prior. Awful in LA and just going through the motions at the end in Winnipeg. People had lost faith. He's built that back up, but to your point, doesn't mean he's going to be. Oh, now he's going to reel off a decade of great season. Well, maybe not. Every stop, it's gone sour so far. Columbus, Winnipeg, LA. Year one here, so far so good.
Thing about when you win all these games, you're probably a little easier to be around.
It's fun,
right? When you're getting some points and the team's winning all the time, probably moods are high. I wonder.
What was so crazy about Winnipeg, right? Because they were good. Like I get LA because they had a hot start and it got sour there.
Still Winnipeg.
Yeah. This old man is working there. Everything.
I'm not sure what it is, but and for the Caps, if you have that situation where we've got a goalie on a roster and we think the other goalie's probably better, he's younger and makes less money.
Yep.
How do we fix this goalie situation? And not only do you get him off the roster and then bring in another goalie who's better than the other guy you thought was better.
You got another guy.
You then get a centerman who comes in and improves his game. I mean, it checks about 4 boxes.
It's
right
again
there.
What you said though. Like, were you raving about that?
No, I'm not saying that it was that. It's a masterclass. I don't know that the only thing you might say is he's a center. We want to get out from under this goalie because we think Lindgren's better.
Center bad because they just lost it to my point because Netsov.
So do we want bad money in net or do we want bad money?
You could have justified it, but you were all shocked when it happened.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. LA was
we're not
effed.
We're not putting the 2020 the hindsight saying anyone else should have done it. What we're saying is they had some huge stones to do it. How did they arrive there? How did someone say this is a good idea? Because it was, but no one at the time thought it was.
No.
And to be fair with the goalie thing, not super different than Markstrom Wolf here. You had a younger guy.
Yeah.
You knew that, it was probably his time to get a chance to be a one in this league. Now, it wasn't the exact same because Lindgren clearly outplayed Kemper last year. But yeah, like that was just look, this is a smart move for everyone. Move him to where someone needs goalie help. Let's get a look at the kid.
It's easy, right? Then
Yeah.
Just take a bunch of swings and it'll.
No, and you know what? I'll just from my chair. I don't know that I thought the Caps were well run or that Brian McClellan was a smart GM, but what they have done has been amazing. Now they're 3/4 of the way through a season. A first round exit, if they finish first overall, is going to be tough to take for sure. Because you wonder, what will Ovi be next year at 40? What will Carlson be at 36? Will all these guys be able to replicate what they're doing?
And Cole Hudson steps in.
But to this point, it's been an unbelievable story.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Like I love saying here are smart front offices, and it's easy when teams are winning. Oh, when Colorado won the Cup, they're super smart. Oh, look at Tampa, they're the smartest team in the league. But what really swung me over this year is how many really, really good prospects they have for a team that has not been picking high. They have done so well in draft, and that doesn't show up when we show you the lines in the D. It's guys that aren't even there yet. And I think it's probably a top 5 to 10 system in the league in terms of its rankings, which is wild given that, teams like Chicago and San Jose are picking in the top 5 every year. This team isn't getting those picks. They just hit when they make them.
Do you think Ovechkin's been to the Mod Medical Clinic?
Is he not human sure. Or is he immortal? Or,
if you told me that he was working on his pelvic floor and core strength and was into, Viasure and all that with the Mod Medical Clinic, I wouldn't be stunned. Because he at 39 is performing as well as he has his entire life. I don't know if they can be like Ovi. That's probably some trademark thing there. And again, I don't even know if
maybe Ovi doesn't want people talking about his pelvic floor.
He may not.
Sheepish about how
he
strong
may not.
It is. Yeah.
But in the spirit of getting older but remaining strong and powerful and impactful,
the fountain of youth,
the Mod Medical Clinic. How about Viasure? If you're popping the blue pill, consider a non-medication approach. It works on muscle function, breaks down scar tissue, reforms blood vessels. No pain, no downtime, covered under extended health benefits. You combine the Viasure treatment with the pelvic floor physio. The Arouse team going to help men with incontinence, sexual performance, hip and lower back pain, assist in the stabilization of the core.
Is that what that was?
Stabilize.
Yep. Because as you watch Ovi right now, he looks like he's got a very solid core.
He's got a core.
An incredible core and a trunk.
He's got quite a trunk.
Quite a trunk. We've talked about it for weeks, and we're having some fun with it, but it's about time to have fun with it. We don't talk about, as men, as big, dumb ogres, we don't talk about what's going on with our bodies as we age. This is about getting rid of it, removing the taboo and the stigma of being quiet about it. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk with the Mod Medical Clinic. Become stronger, become better. Control that. If you're up in the middle of the night going to the bathroom, when it comes time to engage with your loved one, it's a challenge and you get all worked up about it. It does not need to be that way. Bearoused.ca, Mod Medical Clinic. Helping out guys like us. Because guys like us, sometimes we need a little help.
We're not getting younger.
Ogres is what you call
a bunch of dumb ogres. Ovi, 3 goals the other night against the Oilers. He's got now 29 goals in 41 games. He, with that hat trick, tied Phil Esposito for 5th most career hat tricks.
Jeez.
He's one game-winning goal away from passing Yager for most ever in NHL history. He's 4 points shy of 1,600. And the one that you had yesterday, you wonder how it's possible. 200 or more goals in 3 different decades.
It's a lot of decades for someone even to be alive, never mind playing in the NHL.
Yes. Yeah. There are guys
200 games.
They've not been alive.
Jack, what year were you born?
98.
Oh, so just barely 3 decades.
Yeah. Obviously, he has 200 goals in the 2020s, had 437 in the 2010s, and 245 in the 2000s. 200 plus goals in 3 different decades. It's wild. And he is one goal. He's got 29 of his 19th 30-goal season, which is every year except one. And that was the year they played 45 games. He had 24 goals.
I'm trying to prorate that. That's
0.53.
Yeah. So that's, it's 50 goal season.
Yeah. It's
gotcha.
He's just every year he gets 30. Amazing. And I'm telling you, if you saw those highlights from the other night, he's still shooting it. Yeah. He's still getting open.
It's not the highlights from the other night that amaze me. It's the highlights from the summer. And then the highlights.
The beach volleyball tour that he's doing for his off-season training.
Remember those highlights? Yeah.
Oh, the soccer was awesome.
He's like, you're so close. It's going to be, you're going to come so close to breaking that record. Now it's not done.
Let Ovi do. Ovi knows his body better than we do. Who are we to judge?
Who the hell are we to judge?
He's 13 goals shy with 25 games left.
So how close is he after tonight?
Go get him, Dan.
Can I bet an empty net goal on Bet365 for Ovechkin?
I'm
not
not
specific. Like, there's a wide range of markets.
Well, look, yeah, we can look at that. Yeah, we can look at that. And not all, and with Ovechkin, broke his leg this year.
Yeah.
Has come back and is actually maybe been better in the goal scoring
I think
department.
he left with injury, leading the league in scoring, or in second.
Yeah.
It was.
I think he is. What was the stat this morning? He's 7th in the league in goals with his 29 goals, so that he's 7th. And at 39, the next, like, no one over the age of 31.
And he missed like a couple of months of the broken leg.
Yeah,
Like, what are we talking about here?
What's going on in Washington? Okay, cheat codes. What's happened? They're cheating. Gary, piss test these fuckers. There's something going on.
AI.
Is it?
They found it. They found the code in the AI.
And there's no Gretzky hate when I say this. It's get it done. Don't fall short.
I think everyone.
I don't know
feels
how
that
it happens that he doesn't break it now, but I think everybody is truly rooting for Ovi to win this.
Yeah.
thing.
Well, when you talk about Wayne, you're like, oh, that shot. Like, no, it was the vision, the ability to see plays before they happen, the incredible creativity. Ovi, you're like, oh, the shot. Like, tell your grandkids. There's this one guy from Russia. He was built like a linebacker in the NFL. He was like 240 pounds, and he just ripped the snot out of the puck all night. And everyone knew it was coming, and everyone knew where he was going to shoot it from, and he still scored 50 every damn year. Like, that's his prime. He's the best goal scorer we've ever seen.
Now, you were talking about this offseason. What are you saying about his offseason?
He knows his body. He knows what he needs to stay fresh.
That looks like someone photoshopped his head on.
Fellas.
Is that the boom cat?
That's my frame.
You're 6'4"?
From the front. Well, yeah, from the
Strutting it.
from the belt up, maybe.
His calves look a little small, I gotta be honest.
What is
He's a
Best
man.
ever.
That's the best ever.
That is peak male performance right there.
And again,
Yes.
This is like CC Sabathia pitching.
Yes. This is not disdain. This is.
We're even more impressed.
yeah, if he was chiseled out of stone, it'd be, well, yeah, look at the guy. He's, yeah. No,
So where's he in league scoring again? 9th, you said something?
like 7th.
He's missed 16 games. That's over a month.
Yeah.
16 games missing. Top 10 scorer in the league.
Be
Pretty
over
great.
right now.
Goals, anyway. Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what? It's
no.
too bad he missed those 16 games because tonight could have been the night. The Flames could have been
It
parted.
could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Dan.
He'll turn 40 in September before next year. What a stud.
What a stud.
And loves playing. Just has fun.
Yeah.
Oh, still loves it.
Do you think he's stressed out?
I don't think so.
No.
I didn't sleep
don't
good
think
last
so.
night. I'm not sure I'll be able to play.
Yeah.
He's got his boy now. See, this kid had a picture with McDavid, I think people were saying. Good stuff.
That's, you know what? If you're going to pick first overall, that's the guy you want,
You're going to dip for the cream.
right?
Yeah. You don't want any of this. Who's a first overall you don't want?
Owen Power.
Yeah, you might like. You don't want the Yakupovs. You
Yakupovs,
definitely want the,
yeah.
Yeah.
with
that's
the other
really
Russian,
good.
Ovechkin. Yeah.
Now, I was thinking about this morning, and it sounds like kind of a shitty way to look at it. They have one Stanley Cup.
Yep.
You know, it was always Sid
They have
versus
one Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
That's one more.
They
than
have one.
one.
many.
I'll take.
So
one
take
more than
I'd
McDavid,
take
you're
one.
saying?
So,
but in the spirit of being negative Nellies, well, Sid, what's Sid got?
3.
I'm not
right?
comparing Ovi and Sid. Did you see Sid? Does Sid come across as the guy at the beach with his gut out? These are
Well, but that's
different
what's so
humans.
impressive about this is that they're legit contenders to win this year.
But how has he? He's great. He's had individual success. They have one Stanley Cup. Should they have had more? We always have those conversations.
They ran into Pittsburgh in the second round every year for what felt like a half decade, and those series were incredible.
Backstrom was a top center in the league. John Carlson, very good in the back end. You talked about Kuznetsov, all-world skill. They had some other guys that
Mike Green.
role players.
Mike
Mike Green
Green's
was
good, yeah.
unbelievable.
Oshie.
But I don't know. I feel like when you've been around as long as Ovi has,
I get it, but like
there's been about
let's
6 iterations of a Caps core that have
When
gone
did the
through. in
Flames
that
win
time.
last?
if you're looking at the last 25 years, like how many teams have more than one? It's like Colorado has one. That's a team. Wow. Like, should they have more? Maybe. I don't know. Like Tampa has more than one. Pittsburgh has more than one. LA, Chicago had their things. And then it's just
You know
like,
who
yeah,
doesn't have one?
one-offs.
I do. No, I'm not having that. I'm just bringing it up because some people will.
Well, they can.
Yeah.
But honestly, imagine this team goes on a run how fun that would be to watch this guy in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they're having success, you're not cheering for the Washington.
100%. I don't know how you don't. I don't know how you don't.
And last year, it was like, no, they got in.
Yeah.
Shit. We could have had like the Islanders against the Rangers.
Pittsburgh.
And now this is going to, or Pittsburgh getting in with Sid because they lost meaningless games down the stretch. Sorry, Jack. And it was like, they're just going to get pumped. And they did. They got swept. It was not close. This team is so much better than last year's team. Like the goal differential, the
it's
100-goal swing.
I think they're number one. They're not sneaking in.
This year, they are a plus 65 goal differential. Last year, minus 37. Maybe they just finally listened to the coach. It's hard not to think the coaching's a big part of it too, though, right?
Well, it has.
You have this
look
many
at the lineup, and you're like, it's goaltending for me. For their team success,
Yeah.
The coach has them playing a certain style, and the goaltender's stopping the puck.
It's there's no negatives to find. Everything's a part of it here.
Yeah.
Goalies, forwards, D, coach, GM, you're all doing a great job.
Well,
this year.
I
Good work,
just
guys.
saw your computer. Apparently, they've got a nice roster of up and comers.
Yeah, Andrew Christel, who's lighting it up in the Western League, the former Kelowna Rocket. He got traded to Spokane this year. Cole Hudson, Lane's younger brother, who's over a point per game at Boston University. Ryan Leonard, U.S. National Development Team program. Hendrix Lapierre has been up and down, but a guy that will impact this roster more in the coming years, amongst many others. They're good at everything right now.
Lucky bastard.
They also have the best AHL team for the last 2 years, no?
Yeah, and some, that could be a little misleading because some of the best AHL teams are just quad A veterans, and Hershey's a team that will spend a lot of money on guys that aren't even NHL prospects.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're good at almost everything.
I was looking at John Carlson this morning because it feels like he's been around forever, and he kind of has.
Yeah.
He's 35 years old, so he's bucked that 33 trend. He's been able to be effective and still play.
How many career points is he at?
He has 1,066 games.
1,000.
1,066. I don't know what he got for points, but I just looked at that draft. That was the big D draft.
Okay.
You had Doughty, Bogosian, Pietrangelo, Shen, Myers.
Wow.
They all have played, except for Bogosian, over 1,000 games.
Bogosian's still going, isn't
Yeah. Doughty, 1185. Pietrangelo, 1071. Shen, 1052. Myers, 1049. Eric Carlson, 1061.
Jeez.
And Zach Bogosian is at 905. So, does he have another year where he can get those games in? And then in round 2, Roman Josi is at 961. So those are
Real good.
of this, not too shabby. The bad news, though, as good as John Carlson has been, the Flames took Greg Nemus 2 picks before him.
Oh, son of a gun.
Oh,
So-
bad news for the Flames.
Well, what are his numbers?
He doesn't have 712.
Yeah.
712 career NHL points. Nemus might have 4.
So that's what you're talking about, like drafting.
Yeah.
Drafting can make an impact on a team's
Yeah.
success. Yeah.
It's just that 20 to 30 range. If you're a good team, that's where you're going to pick. Can you actually find players there or not? They found a way to do it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It's not easy.
And the Caps, actually, he was the second guy they took in that first round. They took a guy that never played, Anton Gustafsson, whoever that is.
Come on, Anton.
What
Pick it up.
Gus?
He's the shits.
Jesus.
So there you have it.
Should have taken Eric Gustafson, my boy.
It didn't need, I didn't, you know what? I feel kind of Pinderish going after Nemus there,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
I mean, that's a fact.
So
Can't
now
It's the
say-
facts, it's what it is.
You can wish the Flames didn't pick Nemus.
I'm
2
not
picks ahead of
lying.
him, but he
I
did.
think at the time a lot of people did too. I'm not sure they were clamoring for Carlson, but the Nemus,
Is that a
well, he played with Taylor Hall, and look how good Hall is.
That would have been a
Yeah,
Sutter draft.
But at the same time, it's it's possible that Nemus got points because Hall's really good, or is Hall good because Nemus is really good?
I don't want to give him too much credit. He did manage 15 games in the NHL, 1 point. Nice fella, quieter guy.
Where's he from?
Played at Windsor, but Oshawa, the Schwa.
Yeah. So anyway,
Oshawa Summers. What are you going to do? It's hard to train.
it's hard. So muggy.
Let's go look at that team he got drafted off of.
Let's not. Little Dean will go.
Well, they
down
had
the
Cam
rabbit hole.
Fowler.
Oh boy.
Ryan Ellis.
Ryan
They had
Ellis.
a goalie too, I think.
Yeah, who was the goalie? Shit. And they got Buddy that's up in Edmonton now.
They had
That was a devil.
Michael Neuwirth and Andrew Engelage.
Right. And who was the other center that they had there?
Big scorers: Josh Bailey, Taylor Hall, Greg Nemus, Ryan Ellis, Adam Henrique.
Adam Henrique. That's who it is.
Mickey Renault.
Yeah.
Mark Kandari, forever Flame.
Josh Bailey. Do you think of him at all as an NHL player?
When I hear his name,
I
Right.
think of the Islanders.
He was in this draft class, was played over 1,000 games.
1,000.
Yeah, but it's played them in the island.
And only for the
Goodness.
Islanders.
Exactly.
But I was thinking, is there anybody
Quieter. 1,000.
that you would less think of as a 1,000 game guy?
1,000.
Say anyhow.
Wow, jeez.
Yeah, so that's that. 5 o'clock tonight.
Circle it.
Gotta love that. Jack's that too early for you? You're gonna make it work.
That's perfect.
Okay. There you go.
Was it?
When you're on Afterburner, it is.
Great attitude.
That is good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hearing loss.
Don't touch his ears.
Hurts.
The hearing apparatus on Barn Burner is presented by the Hearing Loss Clinic. Hearingloss.ca. Do you want to take care of your hearing?
Well, yeah, you should. It's a sense.
You should.
Matters.
You're going to need it. It's one of those things you'll notice if it's gone,
Mhm.
right?
Big time.
Yep. But it's also one of those things, I think, unlike your vision, where you realize anytime you, oh, man, it's getting harder. You may not notice with your hearing. I think it's far less easy to diagnose yourself. Am I not hearing that correctly?
No, he's in here. This music seems loud.
You may or may not know. And that's why untreated hearing loss or untreated is no good. Because here's what happens is the old brain, when you can't hear well, it starts working harder to hear things, which then other things suffer. Health risks, dementia, depression, other things have been linked to untreated hearing loss. There's 5 clinics in Calgary. The new Chinook location at the corner of McLeod and Glenmore, 5 locations in BC, Cranbrook, Creston, Fernie, Golden, and Invermere. Book yourself in. Just do it. You may go in and they'll say, oh, your hearing's great. You'll be like, oh, thanks a lot. Thanks, Boomer, for the... No.
That's a load
You're
off.
welcome.
Yes.
That's what it's supposed to be. But if you do have something, then they're going to be able to show you what you've been missing, and I guarantee you're going to be blown away. Hearingloss.ca is the website. Get an assessment. You could be like Rhett, great hearing, or be like me, needed help.
We've all had our hearing tested, and it's either like, wow, things are going to get better, or hey, there's a load off.
Yeah, that's right.
No downside there.
Jack, you're young. Take care of your hearing.
Jack, where are
Do you know when you're working a jackhammer? Are you wearing ear
When you're chainsaw.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
when you're
no.
doing your logging in the off season.
I always get on my headphones in the gym. It tells you that the headphones are too loud.
Yeah,
buddy, come on now.
But it's not that loud. So maybe my hearing
Maybe
system.
that's a sign of hearing loss.
you think it's not too loud, but they're telling you it's too loud.
I better get to the hearing loss.
We know a guy and a girl,
Get
Travis
you
and
set up,
Sabrina.
buddy. Peace of mind.
That's right. Let's do the Pinder Report.
Could lock him in that room.
That's right. Yeah,
Little padded room there.
that room is crazy.
Just need a straight jacket. That could be your home jack.
Game day edition of the Pinder Report.
Sure is.
Presentation of Village Honda. The new in-stock inventory begins to grow. We are now into the end of February. So, 2025. Treat yourself. Why wouldn't you?
Could be.
Maybe you're thinking, this is 2022. It's still pretty good. Of course it's good. It's a Honda. But maybe that new car smell. Damn right. Go and see them. That's what I'd do if I were you.
Dealership for life.
Yeah. Your dealership for life. They're going to invite you in. They're going to get you a coffee. They're going to ask you, well, so what are you
What are we looking for here?
looking for here? I was kind of looking for this. I don't know if I see one on the lot. They'll say, hey, fret not, friend. We've got a database here. We're part of the Wood Automotive Group. We're going to be able to go through and navigate all of the vehicles, new and pre-owned, on all of the lots within the ownership group. And I bet you we're going to find what you're looking for. They won't do that because that's greasy. And you'd be like, could you not do that, please?
I like it.
No fret, friend. That's what they call
Don't
you.
like that. So don't fret, friend. I'll never give you the click double guns or single.
What about the start?
No, they're not going to do that.
No,
That's I feel like that's
that was going to be my move.
You scare Rhett.
I went
Think
work.
you have the sniffles.
So what would it look like if somebody came in? Hi, sir. I was maybe in the market for a pre-owned CRV. Maybe I don't know. Do you have any CRVs?
I wouldn't have to snort because I'd be like, "You're well, right? We do."
Yeah.
What's your language?
Come on in here and have a seat.
Ryan Pinder.
This is the Pinder Report.
Flames game day indeed, friends. A game day indeed. Let's head over to FlamesNation.ca, see what's going on. Artem Grushnikov has found success in his first full season as a Wrangler.
Riley Delaney.
He's the stay-at-home defenseman they got for Tanev with the second rounder. Is he as good as Tanev? God, no. That's why they had a second rounder, too.
That's your buddy that
Jay McKee.
Cheese loves.
Yeah, that's true.
Great human.
He's a battler.
Leader. Character.
Guts. I bet that's probably his nickname, right?
Guts.
I like that.
Gutsnikov, yeah.
Hey, Grishnikov.
That's what we're calling
Old
him.
Guts.
Old Guts.
Gutsy.
I don't mind that actually.
Tough to get a call up for a Russian defender. You got the Solovyovs and the Kuznetsovs and the Bristev, all these alphabet soups in front of you.
That's Conroy.
Jeez, Connie.
His love affair with the Russian defenders.
Yeah.
Sorry, Guts. You're gonna have to wait a little bit.
We will get to a new defense alignment, but first, starting in net tonight, Dan Vladar, Disco Dan, back in the crease. There it is from Daily Faceoff Fantasy, eh? Dean, you playing fantasy?
I'm not actually.
It's good for your hockey knowledge.
I should do it then.
It's also good to.
I don't know why we
your
don't.
friends.
I mean,
You
we
guys are duds.
I got a great league, and the work ones always are less good.
and it
But now that we got Jack and we got some other people, we could get a league going.
because we're all dialed
Why
into
don't
the
we
football.
be more selective in our work people choices? Maybe not have so many work.
I'm
people.
so done with our football one. We really need to cull the herd a bit.
Worst league ever. He wins. You run it. It's dumb.
I think it's great.
Yeah, you've won it what 2-3 times.
Back to back and 3 overall.
I did.
If you're counting.
I did send you that $1,000.
And
Ought to be
he
more.
didn't send it our way at all. Sir, a pizza. Like,
Have
if
you
he-
paid your league dues yet?
Yes.
Not sure how out of,
I
out
think
of
you
14 teams,
pretty good
it's 100 and
percentage.
whatever entry fee. Get $1,000 to win this.
Pinder Report.
Back
It
to
was
you, Ryan.
400 for second. Dean,
Stupid money for second. I didn't get anything for second.
you definitely finished second from the bottom. We're talking about second from the top.
Oh, but I,
13th did not come with a prize. You're right. Let's move to the D pairs for the Calgary. I got some movement here.
oh,
Someone was coming back. Was the question? What's the answer, Dean?
Looks to me like Kevin Ball.
The answer was ball.
Ball.
Joe Hanley coming off his game-winning goal,
I believe in Joe Hanley.
repping Rets fours. He's going to play with Weeks, and you got Solo and Pahal, the Bell Russian and the Sasker, 98 and 94. Great years. Feel like even numbered years in the 90s.
I'm going to just now. They may have a rough night tonight, but I not super. No, don't get carried away.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to see this Soloviev Pahal.
I think that's a really good spot long-term for Ilya Solovyov.
We like Pahal and what he is as a third pair guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now for Soloviev to get in there, those are two very different players. Let's see what you got, boys. Let's build a little
A
chemistry.
little size there.
Yeah,
A little
sure.
bit of nasty there.
Oh, sure.
And 0 Jake Bean there. He comes out.
Yeah.
He could
Still
slide
getting
into
paid.
the slide into
He'll
the
still get paid?
Yep.
Well, that's good. That was my
we don't want
when you said he was coming out, that was my first concern was
Mhm. No, he's still gonna get
his
paid.
pay. Okay.
Yeah, he's
good.
not sent to the minors. He's just having a rest. Big road trip, eh? So they're gonna have to mix everyone in.
huge.
'Cause he kind of
Huge.
turned that over the other night in that San Jose game. That
Huge.
Yeah.
Let's get to the standings in the West. The wild card. Calgary Flames hold the wild card by points percentage, fellas. They got a game in hand. They're 1 point back at the Canucks.
How about it?
Those stinking Canucks. They really want the Flames to get this thing, don't they?
I'm still not sure where you're at with them.
I was texting someone in the organization. I said, those Canucks really want you to get the wild card. And they wrote back, really? I said, well, I mean, what else are they doing here? This has been a disaster all year.
Yeah, it's been.
All of a sudden, Utah, boys. Utah.
Wasn't that Frank's pick sneaky?
He thought they were going to be a playoff team.
I mean, they very well could be still. There's lots of hockey left. As my math would suggest, they have 24 games remaining in their season. Many as 48 points available, some would say. 55! Close. NHL standings. Let's try to find the Capitals. All right, throw those standings. Oh, right there. Number 2.
Oh.
Leading the league in points percentage. A game in hand on Winnipeg. A point
bragging
back.
about it all day, how great they're.
No, I mean, listen, there's nothing shocking about that.
No.
Colorado, Tampa Bay, where they are. Washington, where they are.
Edmonton.
We all saw it coming.
Toronto.
Don't act surprised,
Florida,
fools.
Carolina. It's actually very surprising. How do they line up? What do they look like? We'll get to that. But first, a reminder that we are just all paying witness to the greatest goal scorer of all time. There is the great Chase.
He's got your look at the
logo.
He's got your beard.
Can
Can we? Is there any way to do a side by side, Jack? I hate to put you on the spot there, but he's kind of got the dark upper.
Ret fold. Then we're gonna find a way to zoom in on
the chin.
Oh, we can kind of say the chin.
Salty chin.
You do have a salty chin.
Yes.
Yeah.
You make it stick your chin out.
You goose.
Yeah. And turn your head to the side a bit.
Yeah.
Open your mouth to touch. Yeah, you had it.
Put on a blue lid.
Not bad. Good looking fellas.
Same bod.
Same bod. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same shot.
Peak masculinity. Deal
Same
with
shoulders.
Your kids are a little.
Never was a captain. Should have been. God, I was good.
That could be a good clip.
He's very quiet, but
God, I was good.
God, I was good.
Oh man, that was awesome. Let's look at their lines. We showed you already. We'll breeze through. Tom Wilson having a great year at his age.
Lying in bed, just like Brian Wilson did.
I mean, there's not many left.
Watch
Is this the only guy? Who was the other guy?
Do you think there will never be another Wilson that comes along?
Colin.
There was Colin. Carey played for the Jets and the Flames back in the day. He's long since retired.
Jock Wilson used to host the post.
He did, yeah. Wilson.
Let's go to look at the blue line again real quick. Keep moving, Jack.
Mike Wilson got traded for him.
That's right. He's not playing anymore.
Nope. All done. Tall.
Yeah.
Tall.
Gangly.
Clay Wilson. Remember him? He was a
kind of. Yeah.
A bunch of points. Went over raked in Russia for it. I think he played in Ukraine. Donetsk. I don't know how to say that word. Goalies, good as well. And
was that injuries. The neighbor in Home Improvement?
Wilson. And the volleyball. And
the guy that just would look over the fence. Is that who that was?
I never watched that stuff. We couldn't.
I was paying more attention to what's his name's assistants there in the TV show.
Yeah, we couldn't afford cable.
Pam Anderson was one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That was the.
Let's keep going, Jay. Oshie, Milano, and Backstrom out for long term, probably ever.
Is Oshie playing now?
No.
Same with back.
Getting paid though. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry about him.
He and Jake.
They're fine.
Feed Jake. He's been a good dog.
So if I told you that
my best friend right through it all. If I die before I wake, feed Jake. Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks, Dean. Winnipeg Jets also on a heater. You noted that the Caps have one regulation 10-game win streak.
That's good.
What is going on with the W teams? Flash the dubs. Winnipeg and Washington this year, boys. Is that and look at this. Shifley scored last night. He's past Kovalchuk, that greasy Rusky.
I don't know if you could say those things, but okay.
Well, he's Russian, and
that was Ryan Pinder who said that, by the way.
That contract that he just walked away from, and Devils got greasy with Bettman to not dip. Oh, we're going to take this pick away from you. Just kidding. Here's your pick back.
Did they get it back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ottawa's like, hey. We could use that too.
Yeah.
We need that pick back. Quentin Byfield put on a show last night with the Kings. They were down to the Knights and then absolutely stormed. Watch this dish here from 55. Zink! Oh. That's pretty. You're welcome.
A little zip to it, eh?
Yeah, and 4 guys, threads them all somehow. Goodness.
Peter Angelo, wake up. Didn't you pick the Knights?
To
win?
What?
365
Last
yesterday.
night. Yeah, I did last night. I did not a good night last night. I saw the Jets -1.5. They went in overtime.
Just bumbling now.
Tied it late and won in overtime. I lost both the bets last night. Sorry, guys. 4 apples last night for 55. Fifth Kings player. Just to record a 4-assist game. 22 younger.
I do love the dead horde. Yeah.
Dowdy, Robitaille, Butch Goring.
Wow.
Butch.
Old Isles coach. And Kopitar. Onse.
That's your reference, the old Isles coach.
That's my reference.
Oh boy.
1972, I was not watching hockey games given that I was not alive. That's when he had a 4-assist
How many of those 4 cups would he have been on?
Was
he on all of them?
I think so.
Yeah, he was also part of that Islander dynasty team,
Fair
yeah.
enough. Okay.
Yeah.
An important part.
There's got to be a good doc on that dynasty that I could watch because, again,
If
not
there
alive
isn't, there
for
should
most of
be.
it. Yeah.
You know what?
It's a great
We
idea.
can AI
Googs.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Just give it some prompts.
Ryan Hartman did something incredible. He got Gary Bettman to reduce his suspension
How about that?
from 10 games to 8.
Look at this guy.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's gorgeous.
Nice duster. He looks Swedish there. Guy scoring would be a Swedish last name.
And had a bad
Goldie.
bucket.
Where's St. Boniface, Manitoba?
Saint Boniface. It's just outside of Winnipeg.
Wow.
Winnipeg Rangers.
We have a
Dolphin?
suspension reduction to announce.
Yeah,
8
that's rare
games.
to your point.
He's back soon. I think March 4th he's eligible now. Which feels like a long way away because it's only 25th. But remember, short month. Getting screwed out of like 3-4 days this month. Right?
I'm sorry. I'm distracted by Butch Goring's
Incredible
gorgeousness,
flow. Yeah.
And I had no idea that he was an LA King for how many years, Dean?
Well, you've kind of set it up. It's probably going to be longer than I thought, too.
3 or 4.
9.
9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then 4 cups with the Islanders.
Wrong button. Would you have overlapped with Charlie Simmer?
Oh, for
Sure, yeah.
Oh, those boys would have had some fun.
71, 72 to 79, 80.
Yeah.
Charlie's handsome, good looks.
Those would be
and Goring's wild hair.
Two
A
very
night out on the
different
town.
two very different players
Yeah.
for sure. But you need a little bit of everything to
Gotta
make up
have
a
it
good
all.
team.
So Hartman gets back a little sooner. You'd think, oh, that's good news in Wildland, right? Because they're already missing Kaprizov. Well, bad news at practice. Joel Eriksson Ek, IR. He's got to miss at least 7 days, but most likely going to be out a lot longer. Wild are dinged up, boys. No Kaprizov for
Can we catch
long
him?
term. Colorado can catch him. I don't know about the Flames. But if the Wild ended up in a wild card, it wouldn't be crazy to me given what they're battling through right now. Other news, injury-wise, not good for Detroit. Andrew Kopp. Boy, he's good with the Rangers that 1 year, wasn't he? And then the Jets. He was good with the Jets. Surgery, left pectoral tendon,
Ow.
cooked for the season.
I did that
Oh.
skiing, Dean.
4 to 6 months.
Right here.
Oh, I don't think you tore your pectoral
I sure
tendon.
did.
Skiing?
Ah, I still got a hole there.
You
Wanna
just didn't
touch
get
it?
it
Right here.
repaired?
No, I'm not touching that.
Stick your finger in his hole. His pec hole. Do it.
Just kidding. Look, bad injury news happens this time of year. What you don't want it to be is a star player that's really good that you're excited on. Brady Tkachuk has just left the ice very early in line rushes. Hold the optimism on Brady Tkachuk. Those tweets coming out this morning.
No, don't hold. Sometimes you have a bad breakfast.
Because I had my wife's curry last night and I had to
Yes.
leave at the end of the 5th end
Ooh.
before we could start the 6th end.
Ooh.
Is that
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Brady's dealing with. Because I'd hold the optimism if that was the case.
Hold the optimism.
I would have the optimism. I wouldn't hold it.
Jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
That would not be good for the Senators in the thick of a playoff chase.
Oh, that owner would be pissed.
What's his name again? Michael
don't know.
Andelar. Okay. Other Tkachuk was on TV last night. He is hurt and will be out long term.
Faker.
But this faker, former Flame, sure loved finishing second to Canada. Highlight of his career, I believe.
With your brother.
Yeah, it's been
Did you ever play together?
never. It was our first time we played an all-star game together, but that's fake. So it was our first ever opportunity, and we grew up like always competing against each other and dreaming about eventually one day he plays in Ottawa, I'm in Florida, so we knew it'd be tough for the regular season, but we always had the dreams of playing with each other, and it finally came true.
When you won the Stanley Cup, there was a shot of your dad. I just want to show everyone. Here's a picture of your dad at Game 7. He got emotional there.
Yeah.
Proud dad.
I think that's the only time I've ever seen him cry.
Yeah.
And
And now I'm showing it on national television again.
And then my brother was crying there too, which I haven't seen him cry since playing mini sticks in the basement and throwing them through the walls.
Yeah.
It's
Must have been a lot of holes in the wall when growing up.
There were a lot. That was Mom was not too happy with that. So
No.
Then we had to bring it outside and play roller hockey.
But your dad is a legend.
And he played 19 years and was one of the best players of all time and one of the best Americans of all time. And he he unfortunately never got the chance to win the cup. And I don't think he would change a thing to see one of his boys lift that trophy. And one of the coolest moments I had was after that on the ice, having my whole family out there with me. And I don't know, I had the cup in my hands for some reason. This was after all the celebrating, and I got to hand it to him, and it was one of the most special moments in my life.
Buddy, come on, Matthew, it's the best.
Come on. Try to hate that guy. It's too hard. And he wins the cup, and he's like, for all my Calgary guys, I couldn't let Edmonton win. Like, gosh, I like this guy.
He was such a good draft pick.
Yeah. Sixth.
Guts, leader, quality guy,
Mm-hmm.
points, assists, vision,
Mustard.
Confidence.
Yeah, good player. Sign him max term when you get a chance next time. Don't be bridging him.
You were bridging him, you chintzy prick Pinder. You were all for that.
I don't know. I think they were capped. I don't think they could.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the problem, right?
I think that's
Throw leak money.
I'm guessing that Matthew might have had something to do with that. Well, just bridge deal, dude.
That's just really what people are saying. The time to get him locked in was then, is what people
Well,
are
I'm
saying.
sure that clearly was the time to do
Yeah.
it. Was he going to do it?
They financially weren't in a position to offer it. They were too capped out. That was the problem.
So
I
when
think
you
you
say
probably
sign him long term when you can, but they couldn't
Move out of Frolik to make it happen rather than think
Yeah.
of Frolik
I
is
think
so
you have
important
ways
that you
of
could
figuring
bridge a
that
superstar.
stuff out if you're desperate
Yeah.
to do it.
But I don't know. Like we're trying to hindsight and come up with a moral of the story. There might not be one. In a different universe, maybe he's still a Flame. Maybe he was always in. We'll never know. We
There's
only have
other
this
universes, so it might be happening.
How many
There's
other universes?
Lots there.
I think, and
Jeez.
again, the one thing that was always talked about was his desire to play in the U.S. I think what we've learned here yet again, as he goes to the White House and talks about how great it is as an American
Mhm.
to be at the White House as a Stanley Cup winner and then to play for America, his love for the country is obvious and clear.
For sure.
I think this is a player who was hoping one day very much to play in the U.S.
I wonder if Brady's the same. He's 6-year deal with Ottawa, and all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's coming off the clock. It'd be cool to see those guys play together.
But to
Oh,
your point,
God.
if there was a situation where here's the captaincy, here's all the money, here's
And look, like everyone's got their own version of what would have, could have, should have, but that was the time he was most open.
And it's
to
gonna
it.
be
not
America
not
down
months
the road
after
anyway.
Johnny left.
what's that, Rhett?
Somebody's got eyes on it anyway, so it's all.
Yeah, Calgary is going to be a great American city in no
Yes.
time.
Well, there you are. No sweat. All these free agents coming in. What else we got here? That was Kachuk. Oh, but you know what? We got more Team America stuff because we love us some torts. And this is an all-timer of a quote. I don't know if we can do a torts post. I didn't charter back. I drove back. I was planning to drive back anyway. But when I knew there was a bunch of Canadians were going to be on there, I was definitely driving. That's Tortorella heading back from the Four Nations.
Yeah, so he was flying.
No, he's not. Not flying. Too many Canadians.
So he drove from Boston to Philly.
Just stewing the whole time,
Oh.
ripping the shit out of that wheel.
What's that? Good on,
Beautiful
John.
stuff.
We haven't had enough torts, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. We're going to get some next week when the Flames are there, and it'll be Kuzmenko, Pelche, Frost, Farabee night.
Oh, wonder
No,
if they'll
York's
get a.
Montage?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
NHL tonight?
Oh, it's 5.5. I wouldn't have thought it was that far.
That's a lot of gripping the wheel and punching the dashboard. There's your slate tonight. Leafs Bruins is always good. Other games of note: Battle of Transylvania, Dean. Dallas, Columbus, don't care. Tampa, Edmonton is interesting. Oilers have looked like shirt since coming out of the break, and Tampa's been quite the opposite. See how that goes. Rangers Islanders always good. Potvin sucks. Is that right, Rat?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
I like Denny, though.
Okay,
He was
cool.
in Florida when I was there.
Wings Wild played on Saturday. Minnesota raced a 3-1 deficit in the third one in overtime. We'll see how this one goes. Now deleting Eriksson Ek. Good slate there.
Great slate.
Better than the 2 last night. We'll see. Last night was actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot, a little trivia, but it'll be yes or no. So you got a 50% chance of getting it right. We're going to go around the room. Is there another outdoor game this year?
There is, because I saw it.
Okay. And then we'll ask another. Is it this week?
Haven't a clue.
I think it's close because I'm seeing stuff about it. There is another game. It's an outdoor thing. And I think it's
Columbus.
It's right away.
Jack, play the clip. Let's see if we can get some answers here. Because
that's Ohio Stadium. In a rink. In the shoe. An iconic venue packed for an NHL spectacle.
Dylan Larkin banged it home.
That's the Red Wings. Against the Blue Jackets.
NHL hockey outdoors.
And that's the best hockey game in the land.
The atmosphere is truly electric.
The Stadium Series from Ohio Stadium. Red Wings, Blue Jackets. Saturday, March 1st at 6 on ESPN.
1, 2, 3, 4 days away.
See, even they're getting cheap AI in it.
Rhett's answer for everything on earth is just
the over under on AI references. Is
1,000.
You guys, I'm going all in.
Yeah, it's high. You know, that's I get what that's great rivalry. Michigan, Ohio.
Not for us, but that's cool for them.
I wonder what they'll have for people.
I would think there'll be a lot
stadium.
of famous Buckeyes. Oh, for crowd?
Yes.
Oh, close to 100,000. Yeah.
Do you think?
Oh, they'll sell it out. Yeah. It's sold out already.
A lot of people.
Yeah, but that's a college city with.
Yeah.
And
kids will be.
It's not a huge rivalry in the NHL, but do not mistake, Ohio, Michigan is huge.
Yeah.
Like that, people will travel for that wearing their football jerseys that don't know anything about hockey just because it's Ohio and Michigan.
The thing about those outdoor games, I mean, they're great, but you wish there was a way you could get fans closer to the rink.
Yeah.
Because even there, you could have 100,000 people, but as you're watching it, you have no real appreciation on TV.
It's about getting hammered and listening to bands and having fun and high-fiving your buddies and saying you're there.
Yeah. Is it? Thanks. I'm just saying from a TV perspective, to have that many people, it's hard to get any kind of vibe for the game when there's no fans. You don't see anybody. It's just the rink and then nothing else around it.
So you may as well fit baseball diamonds around the game and then to the fans. I know. Yeah, it is what it is.
Ooh, cools off on Saturday. 39.
In Columbus or here?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty big anniversary, I believe, on this day.
No kid.
38 years ago, Slapshot came out.
Oh, my kid watches. Guys,
show us what you got.
I'll tell you that. Like this. Good statements. Good statements.
Yes.
Yeah, tomahawk over the back. That's what I want to see, kids. Sleuth it on the goal. It's correct. Oh, that's Parker Donaldson. Pissed all over himself. All right, we can side box that and turn it down a little, Jack. Favorite Slapshot memory and or story? How many times you've seen it approximately? We're going to need some answers around the room.
Oh.
Jack, you're the youngest. How many times have you seen Slapshot?
I feel like I've seen it once with my dad. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, you
Jackie
do. That's
boy.
amazing. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Swinging over the net. Great move. Dean?
There's so many.
I want you to have a heart attack and die so that we never have to do this shit again.
That's what
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to wiggle my dick at him.
Treat me right fucking now.
Yeah, tell Detroit bullshit. Hammerhand, Suzanne.
Yeah.
His wife's
yeah. Wonderful lady.
What a gal. Hell of a gal. She underlined the scenes for you. It's nonstop. It's so great. And I'm willing to bet I have watched it relatively recently. But I still feel I'm going to love it
Yes.
as much. Because there's some that don't stand up, but there's so many great moments in it.
I forgot about
Don't play Lady of Spain again.
Yes, it's so good. Rhett,
hundreds of times.
like I was
Yeah,
just
we
gonna
had it on
say,
and it was
it's a road trip movie on the bus.
yes, and it used to be old school VHS. You didn't have
Yep.
the option of turning your phone on.
How many VHSs do we have on the bus? Well, Slapshot's one of them.
Yeah.
There might be a rotating cast of others, but Slapshot's a staple.
When they're watching the soap opera. But that was my car. That's no good. You make me sick when you talk, Maurice. Go and have all that glorious snud down in FLA.
Just beautiful stuff.
Yep.
I was the same as Rhett in the sense that he played in junior. I did broadcasting in junior, and it was just bus rides, and it was always heavy rotation.
Tremendous.
Great stuff.
And how many years?
38, I believe.
Oh.
So mid-80s. Does that make it late 80s? Does that sound right?
No, it's got to be.
I'm
Early
80s. Man.
Yeah. No, a long time ago. Congrats, everyone. Remember when we found those sandworms, Dean? They were like,
No, Ryan.
Yeah, you do. Look, I need you to pay attention. I'm telling you, it's not going to gross you out. Trust me on this one. Dean, I need you here.
No, I'm
it's
not
funny. It's not a gross. It's a funny. Dean, it's a funny.
I'm watching.
Hilarious.
1977 Slapshot.
That's 38
40
years ago.
38, 48.
I don't think Instagram and Facebook liked the Slapshot.
They shut it down.
Yeah, I figured. Do we need to restart or what do we do?
No, we're on YouTube and X. We can keep.
I was pretty sure we were going to fly.
Way to go, Ryan.
Yeah. What did we do the other day? We watched like
We watched that curb
10
clip.
minutes of curb. Like, what are we doing here? No one knows what gets us flagged and what doesn't. Let's be honest.
It was worth it.
I think it was worth it. Hell yeah.
I don't even know what happened.
Now, Dean's got a lot of guitars and like amplifiers.
He loves to pick.
Pedals.
He's a picker.
Plugs.
And a grinner.
Mm-hmm.
He's a midnight toker. He also loves dogs. And this is his new band. He and the dog. Is that AI, Rhett, or is that actually a dog just playing the drums? It's really dumb, sure.
Did this suck you in?
You just associate dog. I'm like, he's miserable about life, but he likes dogs. Maybe that dog.
Right.
Rhett was skiing the other day. That's always good to see.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to tell your kids you can't just launch these jumps. You got to scout them out first. Some of them are tabletops. Some of them are kickers. Some are rollers. Anyway, hope the young man's doing okay.
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's fine.
Last shoot.
Are you okay? Yeah, all good.
No. I like the slow oh shit.
Oh,
It is pretty good, though.
shit.
2 skis, 2 poles. It's a full yard sale.
It's a yard sale.
How many ribs?
Ooh, at least a couple. That's not a position you want to be in there. You're doing the wiggles upside down.
So is that
the wiggles?
Is that an under rotate? Was he
Yeah.
trying to do a backflip?
Well, it's an over or an under.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do a backflip, it's an under. If you're trying to land flat, that's an over. Got back seat there. No good. Jack and his buddies, they like to hang out on the weekends and just get high as kites and
Yeah.
watch TV.
It's not what the clip says.
And here they are at the end of the night just watching TV. Here we go.
Serious cuts. Starting immediately, we'll be freezing
Kinsey.
all supplies. And
Kinsey.
unfortunately, we have to roll back
Kinsey.
to the pay scale.
That's not a remote. That's your chocolate bar.
Cooked. Jack, mix it on water. Come on,
Jack.
Sounds like Kipper.
Was that a Flames
change the
Yeah.
channels?
case on that phone?
Jeez.
Wow.
Mm.
Proud.
Have you ever tried splitting the G on a Guinness? You know what that is? Because there's a pint glass and there's the G of the, and you get the level of beer with one sip rate. Oh, there's other ways to.
So I'm drinking a Giegs, which is Guinness, eggs, and beans. Now I'm gonna try to split the Niera each, yeah? Split the Niera each. Let's fucking go. It's Friday neat.
That's a lot of beans and eggs and Guinness.
Oh man, fucking undershot it. I didn't even split the air eat. Somewhere in the fucking middle.
Where's this guy from? That's quite nice. Ireland, right?
What difference does it make if you don't get to the beans?
He's gonna get there.
Almost split the reet.
I feel like you should be able to drink more than that at one.
Oh,
full of.
Oh, just watch that back man go. Fucking hell.
Oh dear.
On it,
mate. On the floor. I don't know if you know that. Mate, one of them fucking eggs just tickled my throat.
Oh, dude.
Too nice.
The old egg tickler.
Didn't realize I was drinking a fucking chode, mate. That probably like, come on, you fucking beans. I know these ain't going down.
Is that English? I think that's English. That's probably enough of that.
Well, what
They're
happened?
not even fucking moving, boys. Fuck it. Do you know what, y'all? Next time I'm blending the beans, fuck this shit. We're out.
yeah, that's weak. This was terrible. There's no beans.
The beans should have gone in last. Then they wouldn't be so sticky at the bottom.
This guy's an idiot.
Don't look
Who,
good.
Pinder or that guy?
Well,
yeah.
You know who I was talking.
Everyone's got weird habits, all right?
This guy's an idiot.
I like putting weird clips in the Pinder Report, and this guy here likes
Is that right?
to save his fingernails.
Collected my fingernails for 6 years, and here's why. Back in 2019, I decided to start biting my fingernails and then keeping them in a Ziploc baggie that I'd put inside my desk drawer, just in case. Then when I moved in 2020, I started keeping them in this little jar. Now, there's a lot of misinformation about fingernails. It's actually better to keep them in a jar instead of a bag. Every couple weeks, I'd let my nails grow out, bite them off with my teeth, and then put them in the jar. Ever since I started doing this, I've never once had a nail biting session where they didn't go into the jar. Every single nail is accounted for. Even when I've had to travel, I'd pack a small size pill bottle where I could keep them, and then once I returned home, I'd add them to the jar. Everyone in my life asks me why I do this, and the answer is simple. As you can see, every single nail is very white and clean, like bones. Like bones.
Bones.
There's absolutely never any dirt under my fingernails, ever. I'm not like a garbage tickler or anything. I'm pretty hygienic. And as you can see, the jar is getting pretty full, so I might be needing to upgrade sizes. And just as Free Willy said at the end of Jaws, I think we're gonna need a bigger jar, Ishmael.
Well, that's awesome stuff. Let's get some pickled hog's hooves. Here we go. Last item for the
It's got some nice congealed fat on it. Let's go ahead and get a look at that. It's just pig feet, guys. It's not that bad. All right.
Do you do Wordle?
So right off the bat, it just smells like fat.
Maybe the Doku. That's a fun one.
Wonderful. So,
all right, Jack, that's probably enough. That's Pinder Report on a lovely Tuesday, game day. Yeah,
I always start with the word least.
Why? Is that your move?
Those are just
popular letters.
Popular letters. Oh, that worked out well. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Do you not know Wordle?
No.
Oh, it's so
You'd
great.
love Wordle. You'd love killing time and doing
sitting on my phone. I'm busy. I told you I came in here today. I said
he's making his rounds today.
Getting things done. I'm busy.
Yeah.
What were you working on today?
Staring at my phone, playing a stupid game. Fries your brain, steals your
I'm one away.
info.
I'm one away.
Well, don't screw it up. What are the words?
So that means it's in the right spot. So
It's
I
a
need one
Y.
more. Really?
Yeah.
Told you.
I love to read.
Rhett.
Stop it.
I love to read. That's the easiest, stupidest game I've ever heard of.
Come on now.
What?
What?
That was his
Got
first
it
word
one
that made
try.
it easy.
It's Wordle.
One try.
Well, yeah, after I gave you 4 of the letters.
because you're.
You had 4 of the 5 letters in the right spots. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Can't
Right here.
wait.
Back to you, Dean.
Not if I get.
Oh,
to
are
it
we
first.
done? Sorry, the
How come you didn't use the thing that I sent you?
beans, fingernails,
That's the Rhett report.
pickled hooves
No, this was me helping. I was doing my rounds. I researched for you. A sporting event, by the way, was 10 times better than that guy with beans in the boot.
Tomorrow, Rhett Report.
Beans in the boot. New year, same old story for the Honda CR-V. Topping the field in the compact SUV field, according to Car and Driver magazine.
They know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen. You could, what do we tell you about the Accord? Number 1. CR-V, number 1. The Honda Civic, number 1. It's why we're telling you, it's your dealership for life, Village Honda. The product, the service, the reliability, the support, everything that you want when you want to feel good about buying a car. You don't want buyer's remorse. It's a big purchase. They get it. We get it. It's why when you leave Village Honda, you know you've got a great vehicle, you've gotten a great price, and the support is going to be there.
Love that.
Should something go sideways or not, they're just always there for you. They're your dealership for life.
For life.
For life.
Do you think they run the Pinder Report on the TVs at the dealership?
No. They actually don't put our show anywhere.
Well, we know it's not on Facebook or Instagram. Thanks, Ryan.
Don't thank me. Thank Paul Newman.
Right.
Have you had the cake?
No, the salad dressing was one of my favorites.
Have you had the Paul Newman cake?
That good?
I'm going to get the shoveler to make you the Paul Newman cake.
Nice.
All right.
Jack doesn't get any because he didn't pay for the pizza, but
Jack, come on, get us some pizza.
Come on, Jack. Service Credit Union has its Big Share contest back once again. It's in full swing on now until the end of April. April 30th, 2025 is when contest ends. What is it? It's your chance to win $1 million just by saving money.
Good money.
Become a member with Service Credit Union. Start saving and start getting those entries all tucked away.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you could be getting that phone call, they could be reaching out to you. Hey, the contest is over now. You've got that skill test required. You got that all taken care of.
Figured out.
$1 million. You can double your entries when you invest in a registered account like a TFSA or an RSP. Get yourself a GIC. You get your paycheck in the event you have a job and you get paid. Get that check sent right, just direct deposit. That's going to get you some bonus entries. Every $500 saved gets you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. Go to their website, service.ca/win for more details. It does end April 30th.
Get her going here. Come on now, people.
Get it going. Service Credit Union.
And people smarter than us saying end of next week RSPs. So do it now.
Is that what they're saying?
Smarter than us.
Oh, they're smarter than us for sure. You said something yesterday. I'm curious.
That was a lot of things.
I know. So many.
Too much.
Talking.
You've added another column to the 999 for opening day. Because I threw it out to you yesterday.
Take this offline. And discuss it.
Opening day for Major League Baseball is coming up, and the 999 challenge: 9 innings, 9 hot dogs, 9 beers. And I feel like I don't worry about the beers, the hot dogs a little bit.
Don't worry about the 9 innings. I could watch a baseball.
Yeah, you're going to get there, unless But that's the challenge. That's the challenge. And Jack has also thrown his hat into the ring. But you guys,
is Richmond's cool with this? Because I asked Jack to clip that and send it over. I don't know if we've heard back from Richmond's yet.
I don't know that
I think they might love it, but I also might just see them saying, that sounds great. We wish Ryan all the best wherever he's doing.
I saw the video of what happened after on opening day.
Right.
So we'll see about the venue, but certainly we do encourage you to get to Richmond's.
Right. But you're adding to the contest.
Potentially. We'll take this offline because it's a little bit dangerous. And again,
I see.
Before I incriminate anyone else, I have to make sure that it's okay.
Right. Listen to Jack.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, Jack?
Yeah, we'll take this offline.
Oh, I see.
I mean, we could probably talk. Should we just say what it is?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
Just give me one day.
Listen to Pinder.
Wow.
All right. You know what? It's fine.
Board.
It's 9 joints.
Yeah, right.
Oof,
you had one of those, and I'm cooked. Just for the record,
Yeah,
that's going to ruin my day.
That's a lot of those. Feels like that's a lot of those. But yeah, Richmond's Pub. Not necessarily for this, but just whenever. Today's a game day for
I love the sound on there. Love the horn going.
5
Dean.
o'clock. You're like,
Perfect.
Maybe instead of going home, I'm just going to straight there, 5 o'clock.
Gosh, look at all these sales meetings stacking up. I'm going to be here late tonight, honey.
It's a good idea.
Every home game, they got chances for you to win VIP experiences. They had football. They've got some hockey. They got great food, daily specials. Today's Tuesday. It's wing day.
Oh, yeah. Wing night.
Jack.
Come on, Jack.
Are we going?
Should we go?
They're ready for you.
Turn around.
Delicious barn burner blonde
Tall
cans. They got the tall boys there.
Great
You got
cans.
specials because it's a game day. Sports live here. 3919 Richmond Road in the heart of Glamorgan.
How's that cheese bun thing they had on the menu?
Oh boy.
Because
You
the
just
cheese buns are world
rush.
famous from across the parking lot at the world famous Glamorgan Bakery.
Yeah.
But they turn it into
It's almost like a Philly cheesesteak on the cheese bun. Kind of
And did you have some au jus to
beef
dip? Yeah.
There's a, yeah, like
damn, that looked good.
it was good.
And he just evaporated those. He like
Wow, you guys.
immediate.
Your pizza was too hot.
Like
I went
he
right
hinged
after.
his head back and just dropped two of them and then
No.
flipped it back on.
Ryan had a pizza. I had a pizza. You had the cheese buns. And about
9
seconds after the plates hit the table, yours was empty.
We're like, ooh, this pizza's hot. Oh, right out of the oven. Love it. Like, oh, this cheese. Yeah. Oh, and
I
Brett's
didn't
just
want to wait.
oh, that was good.
I was hungry.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
opening day? 27th?
I believe so. Thursday
Oh, baby.
matinee.
Oh, baby.
At New York Yankees.
Who?
Milwaukee.
Oh, the Brew Crew.
What do you think, Dean? Ever been to Yankee Stadium?
I have.
Old or new?
New.
Oh.
Blue Jays are at home. Want to go to that one? What about Houston?
You're not talking about opening day anymore. You're just talking about the Yankee schedule.
No, I'm talking about opening day. These are
okay.
the
Thank
these
you.
are the places
I was
I would
confused,
go.
sorry.
For
I
opening
would go to
day.
Yankee
Yeah, yeah,
Stadium.
yeah.
I'd go to Toronto,
Toronto openings day is good in Toronto.
Texas, KC, no, Houston.
I'll tell you
I
what.
want to be outside.
That's-
San Diego.
Oh God,
I've never
beautiful.
been. I would love to.
Let's
Great
do
ballpark.
that.
You guys been to that ballpark?
I have. It's
Oh.
my favorite.
Sensational.
Great park. Petco, and you love pets.
You love
I
pets.
do.
Could take your dog some days.
Oh man, I gotta set up.
You want to go? How much is the flight?
I feel like San Diego's a tough one.
Why?
Why? It's so
I just-
easy.
Just tough.
San Diego's
Always
tough.
seems like it's very pricey.
Oh,
It's
good
very
God.
pricey to get to San Diego.
You went to Vancouver to watch some, like, you've got lots of dough.
What are you talking? Vancouver's like right there.
You went to
It's like right
2
there.
days of WrestleMania in Philly last year.
I don't
and
understand
your
what
kid
right
Taylor
there has
Swift.
to do with the price of tickets.
I feel like a flight to Vancouver is going to be less than a flight
Oh,
to San Diego.
I
You'd be surprised if
I
they
would debate that.
Duopoly in the sky.
Dean.
Okay. I think I'm going to remain on my
Flights to San Diego.
cheaper flights to Vancouver take, but it's not like I don't want to go. I'd love to go.
You know
Let's
what?
do it.
You've found a way to be
No.
negative about
No.
everything today, so keep it up.
No.
Keep it up.
March 27, a Thursday.
Carry on, Dean. We're
Bet
just-
365. We'll look at our bets.
$319 to San Diego.
How's that, Dean?
That's cheap.
It's unbelievable.
Cheapest
Cheapest
chips. Dean.
Can we still go though? Did they allow us to go to
Oh,
cross-border
yeah,
travel?
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Not sure. You missed the news for a day, and I guess three. But then put the tariff on top of that. It's like $2,500.
No, there's no tariff.
not how
Travel.
tariffs work.
No. Is
Travel.
there a TT?
No.
Thank goodness.
Americans spend more on goods. That's what a tariff does.
I see. Bet365, world's largest sports betting platform. Get that account open with Bet365. Huge range of markets. And specifically, I feel like today we're going to be talking some hockey.
You got Flames and Caps.
Why wouldn't you?
Best team in the league and the Washington Capitals going head to head. So let's jump on it. Since we've been MFing Pierre-Luc Dubois most of the last 3 years, he's going to score. And I think he had one or two when they played the Flames.
One for sure.
In the other half of the season series. And Forever Flame Andrew Mangiapane with that wonderfully adorable, I'm going to hand draw the Flames logo and raise money for, I believe, mental health or brain research. He's going to wear that shirt today. It's a good shirt, man. He's going to score because it's his whole team. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but there's some big numbers. We're going anytime goal hunting with PLD and Mange.
And if those come home to roost, Flames are going to need at least three goals here. To
most nights in most leagues, and certainly when you're playing Logan Thompson, 3 is going to be important.
And tough to get.
For some teams, yes. For Washington, no.
Yeah.
Would you say 4 for the Caps and a million in a row?
The Caps are averaging more than a goal per game, 4 than the Flames are.
Yeah, 1 more goal per game they're averaging. Okay.
Yeah. Flames get about 2.6.
That's quite low.
Caps 3.7.
Oh, geez, almost 4 a game. Like every game? Wow.
Yeah.
They have to be better than they were on Sunday. I'll say that.
Yeah.
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 Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else going on?
Booking flights.
Are you?
San Diego?
San Diego.
Holy smokers.
Cheap flights, buddy. March to San Diego?
That's cheap. Yeah, those are good. That's solid price there.
Check Vancouver the same day if you want.
Who are the Padres playing?
Oh.
Doesn't even matter. It's baseball. It's
You're
open
kind of
day.
right. In that ballpark, it doesn't matter, but I would be surprised if something like Dodgers, which would be epic. Because
Pretty much any
Padres
ballpark,
play
right?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay.
Braves. Yeah.
Our boy Mike Soroka is going to be suiting up for the Washington Nationals for the first time ever. That'll be an exciting season for him. We've got to keep track of them this year.
He's going to make this in the rotation.
I don't know if he's going to be bullpen or rotation. But as all these teams will do, they'll start him out as a starter in spring. And he'll be stretched out. And if they need to move him in the pen, they will. If he stays in the rotation, great. It's some wicked strikeout numbers once they got him back in the pen in Chicago, though.
Let's have a year.
Let's have a
for
year.
Mike Soroka. Let's have a year.
Come on, Mike. Have a year.
Oh, boy, Mike.
Because we were going to go to Chicago and watch him.
Yeah, but then it got real ugly there, and Rhett thinks Chicago's too stabby.
Right.
And
We were going to go to Atlanta.
February. We missed the boat on
We missed the Atlanta.
And they got a new stadium there, too. You could have seen that. Damn.
Which is still crazy that they had a new ballpark.
This is a huge real estate play. They didn't need new
Holy
ballpark, but they
smokes.
just got a huge bunch of land and turned it into like $1 billion development. It was genius. Team secondary.
Jack, how many Major League ballparks you been to?
Houston, Pittsburgh, St. Louis.
Wow, I haven't been to any of those.
Houston, Pittsburgh, St. Louis.
Pittsburgh's nice.
PNC is a beautiful park.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Where else?
Feels little comparative to some of the other ballparks.
Well, and
you're
you've
in.
been to New Yankee. That feels like the
Yeah, it's
biggest.
too big.
Yeah.
For sure.
I get it. Huge city.
Rogers Center feels really big when you're in there.
Yeah.
Big cavernous
They've
thing.
done a good job of those renos. I'll tell you that. You wander around and it doesn't feel like you're just in some concrete jungle. It's good. Those guys running the team, they sure can renovate a stadium.
Yeah, they
don't know about actually building a baseball team, but man, they can renovate a stadium.
How's the team? Well, they've got this bar in the right
You
field.
can get mojitos up there, and the sightlines are unreal.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, what are you watching? Oh, the team's dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna let Vladar walk.
So how's the rotation? They put cup holders in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's great.
Yeah.
You can fit
You
no
don't
matter
spill them ever.
whatever size of drink you have, it'll
Mhm.
hold it in the cup holders. Why? Aren't you the in charge of baseball operations? Yeah. Great cup holders.
So you're bringing back Garcia. What's the thought there? Well, he did a great promotion with us. We shot a commercial, and that really
One
moved
take.
a lot of seats.
One take.
He's a great actor.
These guys know anything about baseball?
Have you been to St. Louis?
Nope.
It's supposed to be epic.
Yeah, right. That's a baseball town.
Institution,
It's a baseball town.
especially the Los NFL and more.
Yeah.
Wilmot's
Don't
going to
have
go to
NBA.
St. Louis April 3rd.
Going?
I don't know.
Wilm?
I'm supposed to have some stuff.
How's Wilm doing?
How are his feet?
They're good.
Are they?
That surgery, really good.
Because he had the
Bunions.
bunions.
Jack, you ever get bunions?
Jack, look out.
My mom has bunions.
Oh, shoot, Jack.
Care for her, Jack.
Hmm.
Care for her.
Yeah. My dad's a foot doctor. It's weird they never figured that out.
Okay.
Should have
stop.
stuck together.
Okay, what?
Like a Rex Ryan foot doctor?
No.
Like a real.
So your mom
Not a
has foot
fetish.
issues. Your dad was a foot doctor.
He's a podiatrist, correct?
Huh.
Yeah, weird.
Right.
And so they're not.
No, yeah.
That feels like a missed opportunity.
I know. That's what that just came to my mind.
It just came into your mind.
Well, I didn't really think about it too hard. My mom's bunions, but
Who am I doing Afterburner with tonight?
Jack.
Me and Jack.
Jack for sure.
A lot of
It's a road trip. I think you probably get a Pike because Pike doesn't do home games. for a long
Right.
time.
Either way, after the game, we'll be on hopefully Facebook and Instagram will forgive and forget, and we'll be on all of the platforms that we need to be for Afterburner.
Yeah, it's Pike tonight.
There you go.
Probably looking around like an 8 p.m. start, unless this thing goes to OT. Oh, and Dean's doing it. You are going to get some OT.
Some OT tonight. That's great news for Huska.
Big point.
Yep.
Husk.
Big point on the road.
Job,
Great
Dan.
start to the road trip. We didn't see the road trip today. I thought it'd be in the Pinder Report. We didn't for game one.
You know what? Everyone knows.
We had to get the fingernails.
Everyone knows.
in
I was at curling last night. The fellas like,
pickled
oh, that mini gauntlet Husk's nightmare. This is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So they're saying all of them.
Going to be a rough one. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. No noodles tomorrow, guys. I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah, very sorry. Now, here's the thing. He said he would do it, but he's not doing his own show. He's in the Bahamas or something.
Yeah. Get him drunk.
It's like I could probably.
We'll make him do it.
I don't want to make him do it.
Let him
But
pick.
he's on vacation. Where is he?
He doesn't like being outside. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what he kind of
What the
said.
hell's he doing on vacation now? They just had a 2-week break. He didn't go on.
We fly to the Bahamas on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
I could definitely do it from there Thursday or Friday. I said, just take the week, pal. You're not doing overdrive, are you? He's like, well, no, not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday. So he's completely off the show. Would gladly do it from the Bahamas. I don't swim.
He doesn't swim.
He doesn't. I don't know.
He's an indoor cat.
He's a worker. He's not a.
No, he worked in the food, whatever, at this high school
cafeteria.
Yes,
he's such
delivered pizza playing junior. I think.
Yeah, he had some good pizza delivery stories.
Like I don't want to make him work, but it's like would gladly do it from the Bahamas because I don't swim.
Tell him he has to have a couple drinks and we'll do it.
I said, yeah, well, you enjoy cocktails. Oh, we'll see. Maybe, but either not tomorrow because he's flying tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
Thursday.
We won't have.
If we don't have a Thursday, we'll backfill.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, hey,
we'll get a foot doctor and Jack's mom connected.
Right, we got to get to the bottom of that. All of a sudden, see ya, buddies.